Welcome back everyone, my name is Eltimar and we're going to be continuing our Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous. Where we left off last time, we had just successfully completed the shield maze, and now we're about to leave. We've already talked to everyone I think we need to— oh, actually, Horgus Quorum, maybe we need to talk to him quickly. At last we were getting out of these filthy caves, and how about it? One head up? People are probably worrying about me up there. Alright, so we are off, apparently. There is more fighting before we get to the surface. We should probably heal up a little bit. We're gonna come up not in a safe area. I'm also in the wrong thing. There we go. Boop. Alright, we're gonna take a quick look at all the loot that we might have missed. Probably nothing of value. These are all just normal clubs, so I'm not overly concerned about them. Just checking for masterwork level items, because we need the money. Money is very important. But it doesn't look like there's anything we've missed so far, except for that scroll. And nope. Nope. I think we did a pretty good job of picking up all of the good loot in here. Almost at the bottom. Nothing important. Okay. We are leaving. We're now going to be entering... oh, what's this place called? I can't remember the name of it now.
While the survivors wander the dungeons, the battle on the surface rages on. The warriors of Canabris are trying to defend the wardstone, but their strength is flagging. Their resistance is valiant, yet it will all be in vain if no one rises up to turn the tide.
We're in the Grey Garrison, that's what it was. I was like, it's a garrison, but I couldn't remember the name of it. I knew it was color related. Actually, let's go back down there for 1 second. Do a quick little glance around. I think there might be some loot back here. Oh, good, we got a long spear. Long spears are an extraordinarily terrible weapon compared to almost any other two-handed weapon.
Let's move.
I guess they do have reach, though. Time to meet up with some paladins. Divine Weapon Bond. Now she's just murdering Sheer. I bet she never does this when we're with her. Miss Tyrabade. Irabeth. The half-orc before you, wearing armor adorned with Iomede's golden swords, is clearly exhausted. She obviously hasn't gotten much sleep over the last few days. There's soot on her face and fresh blood on her sword. Her hazel eyes are hard and focused, and her firm voice sounds accustomed to giving orders. She sizes you up, surprised, judging whether you are friend or foe, and opens her mouth to ask you something, but freezes when she spots Anevia. Aww. That's very sweet.
By the goddess, Nevi, I'd almost lost all hope.
Everything's fine, Beth. I'm here. I'm here.
Anevia strokes Irabeth's head and whispers something in her ear.
This here's a new friend. She rounded up those of us who survived the fall and led us up to the surface. Without her, we'd never have made it out.
Then stands back up and points at us.
Let me introduce you to my wife, Irabeth Tyrabade, head of the Eagle Watch.
She turns to you.
Until the army arrives, I'm the temporary warden of Canabris. And you're just in time. As you can see, we're in the middle of a battle. And thank you for getting Anevia out of there.
The half-orc nods, and her stern voice grows a little softer. Where are we?
The Grey Garrison. Until recently, it served as barracks for the Crusaders, but it's now been taken over by cultists.
What is the target of this battle?
When the demons attacked the city, their main target was the Wardstone. I trust I don't have to explain to you what the Wardstone is and how important it is to the Crusaders. We must retake it at any cost, or the fall of Canabris will be the beginning of the end of the Crusades, and with them, the rest of the world. I see that you had a difficult journey to the surface. You need to rest. But there's a lot riding on this battle. I have no right to command you, but I'm asking you to help us.
I have important information about the location of a cultist den.
Very good. Report to me in full when we get back to the Defender's Heart. It's our temporary headquarters. Right now, the most dangerous cultists are here. The ones occupying the Grey Garrison.
We met some mongrels who live beneath Knabris. This is Lan.
Most people in Knabris think that the children of the First Crusaders are simply a legend. Other people say that the day you emerge on the surface heralds the start of the end of the world. I'm not superstitious, but the situation is apocalyptic, all right. Having a living legend on our side can't hurt.
Surprise steals across Erebeth's face, but it quickly gives way to respect.
Come on, living legend? A walking folktale, maybe? I just need to make sure I don't turn into a running joke.
What is the situation in the city?
The city's gone. Most of the defenders, including the Dragon Terendelev, fell in the first few hours. The civilians either fled or died in the chaos. The place is overrun with cultists and demons.
Erebeth slowly drags her hand over her face. Also, Trendle have died in the first seconds of the battle, really.
Don't talk like that. Knabris hasn't fallen. Not while it still has defenders like you and me.
Sweet words don't change the grim truth.
No, she's right. Thank you, Knight. Until we no longer have the strength to hold a weapon, until Iomedae abandons us, we will fight for Knabris.
Tell me about the Wardstone. Why is it so important?
The Wardstones are a gift of Iomedae. Created personally by her herald, a mighty angel, and a general of the Celestial armies. The Wardstones keep the World Wound from expanding. They stand along the border of the territory controlled by the demons, creating a barrier to keep them inside. The Knabris Obelisk was the first to be placed. It is the key to the whole barrier. We cannot leave it in the hands of those monsters from the Abyss.
How did the Wardstone end up in the Grey Garrison?
The demons have long laid siege to Knabris, but this time, their lord Dascari appeared in the flesh. He ripped the Wardstone from the ground and hurled it halfway across the city to here. I thought the stone was destroyed, but it seems all is not lost, yet. Dascari has gone, but the Wardstone is surrounded by a horde of those creatures. What are they going to do to it? Nothing good, that's for certain.
But how did he do that? He's a demon. The Wardstone should have burned his filthy hide.
It should have. But what happened, happened. We don't know why.
Well, let's not waste any time to battle.
That's the spirit. You, take a Navia to the rear. The rest of you with me.
Erebeth turns to one of her fighters. You hear labored breathing interspersed with disgruntled muttering. Horgus is holding his rapier hilt in white-knuckled grip. A bead of sweat trickles down from his temple.
Lord Horgus Worm, forgive me. I did not realize we had civilians among us. My people will escort you somewhere safe. To the extent that anywhere in Knabris can be said to be safe right now.
We kind of need all the soldiers we can get, though. Maybe we shouldn't dismiss them all. I guess we have a few left.
That's right. Fighting spirit is the one thing that we've got plenty of. Actual fighting power, that's not so great. Fighting know-how, even worse. But fighting spirit, at least we're rich in that.
With a crooked smile, Lan plucks at his bowstring to test the tension in it, and then lowers his voice.
For Iomedae! For the Queen! Kill the beast!
Erebeth raises her blade, and the soldiers, inspired by her cry, rush into battle with renewed vigor. Okay, so I think most of these doors are not openable. A bunch of masterwork bardishes. 3 of them. Doesn't look like there's much in terms of loot here. Just those bardishes. What does this do? It's going too fast. I can't go that way. Haven't completed my mission here yet, apparently. Oh, that one just got destroyed.
You won't survive me.
We won't falter.
I can't get through the door.
Strike with all
There's a
your
recruit in the way that is too big. Right side, though, they're doing a lot of damage. Alright, let's loot some things, and then we'll head upstairs with the group. It's best to stay together as a group. I like how they all have masterwork items. I don't even have masterwork items. Uncool. And this says, sealed with magic. Okay. Well, everyone's gone upstairs. This is a lockpick door. It is a very low chance. We'll give it a couple of tries. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Oh, it does work. Look at that. This is a very glowy sounding place. Some potions and other things. Why would you need a potion to inflict light wounds? Interesting. Alrighty, so there's these enemies. And then there's these enemies. Thought there was supposed to be a conversation going on here. Oh, it's here, but we don't get to see it. I'll read that out later, I guess. Actually, maybe we'll pause just as combat starts. And then we'll figure it out. Cowardly traitor, I swear on the sword of Iomedae you'll answer for your betrayal.
He quickens.
This is a huge group of enemies, and we're not going to go fight them alone. But anyways, let's quickly take a look at that conversation. There we go. Hey, I know you. So you're one of these cultists? How's it going, pal? Want to join? Your lot will be dead soon, but we'll be alive. I can't. Come on, leave these losers. The Crusades are over. Soon demons will rule the whole world. Here goes nothing. All hail Baphomet. And then cowardly traitor for the queen. Can't save during combat. Let's just go in, see if we can't. I'm just gonna try and get through this squad and not be in the midst of this situation and shoot that evoker. Alright. Luckily we have a good amount of friends with us, apparently. And let's go into these sharpshooters.
The spirits demand your blood.
There's also two more Discari cultists at the end here, and a dredge or two. Let's let the
You are today's sacrifice.
let's let the NPCs go first. Ow! Stop that. Alright, that worked out pretty well. Let's do some looting. Close to a level. Pretty close.
Let us be off.
Let's go back to back here. There's some more loot to grab. Grab all this. So many masterwork bar dishes. And scrolls and stuff, but mostly those masterwork items are pretty good. Composite longbows also are worth picking up. I think I picked up a normal short sword there by accident. Oh, because one of the recruits died. Sorry, recruit. Alright, this says... The stairs are severely damaged. The way is impassable. There's a door here that is locked from the other side. We are going to be coming back here in the future, so these other areas are just mostly for the future. Now let's quickly grab this loot and this loot, and then we're good to go, I think. Oh, I just picked up a stupid heavy crossbow. Pretty sure this one's locked as well. Yeah. And this is also, I think, locked. And we should save. Alright, let's mosey. Won't budge. Off to the third floor we go. Anything we miss? That isn't crossbow. Oh, yes, there is definitely some stuff we missed. Alright, let's leave. And unfortunately, our way back is a little bit destroyed. Although I think you could probably skirt around the outside of that place. Hopefully. Anywho, let's get into this.
What's this? Do we have guests? Just in time. The place is a bit of a mess, and I haven't even poured the blood into the goblets yet. Why don't you... Oh,
The face of this demoness could be called pretty if it had eyes. Her mouth slowly widens in a smug grin.
What an unexpected surprise! Staunton, my little sweetheart. Long time no see. I've missed you so much. Have you missed me? Admit it. You missed me terribly.
The demon's mouth drops open in surprise, and she brings her manicured hand up to cover it.
Muraco. You again, you wench!
The aged dwarf from Irabeth's troop, silent up until now, spits on the floor. His hardened, craggy face, like storm-weathered stone, twists as if in pain.
Minago, the one who... Be careful. She's one of the deadliest creatures in the whole demon horde. She was once responsible for a massacre in Knabris. She must be back to finish what she started.
The half-orc is too well-bred to spit on the floor, but the name sounds like a slur on her tongue. Staunton, do you know this demon?
Does he know me? Staunton, darling. Tell them all how close we were.
That wench? She's the one who led me astray. She's the reason my life has gone to the abyss. She's the reason why Dresden fell.
The dwarf's voice rasps like rusted metal.
Oh my, like butter wouldn't melt. What I remember is how eagerly you would run to our trysts, how you begged to see me again, how you promised you'd do anything I asked. By your own free will, you said this. And now you claim that Dresden fell because of me. No, my dear. That was entirely your own doing.
Minago threatens Staunton with a dainty, clawed finger.
I'll beat your lying lips into your filthy throat!
Now, Staunton, don't say things like that. Not about these lips, the ones you kissed so sweetly. Staunton, dearest, don't you love me anymore? Remember how good we were together? I was so hoping that we could patch things up.
I'll kill you!
She has teleported away, and we have many enemies to fight. But let's let the NPCs run in there first.
Make every strike count.
And we'll just come in on the periphery and start dealing some damage. That's our goal. You fire at the neophyte wizard. And drink your thing. Wait, is that the right one? Yes, dexterity. Okay. And off we go to kill the next one. Actually, I think strength's better for quarterstaff people, but not for tanking. We have a mobility check to do.
It is done.
Did I loot the bodies? Luckily we quick saved. Just literally a second ago. Let's jump back for 1 second. I'm almost certain we did not loot the bodies properly. Look at that masterwork scythe we
Let us
missed.
be off.
And possibly something on this guy. Yes, a Baphomet. Weapon. Glaive? It's glaives. Why do I keep saying they're bardishes? I think they're mostly glaives.
I
Anywho.
am finished.
As soon as you step into the chamber, your vision seems to darken and your knees buckle. You struggle to keep your balance. The air in here is laden with power coming from the stone. Suddenly your head is filled with voices, screaming, whispering, cackling, threatening, voices pleading for help, shrieking curses and taunts. You blink and the illusion passes.
Congratulations. You made it all the way here. This is it. Your precious ward stone. Well, what are you planning to do now, I could kill you where you stand. But wouldn't it be nice if you could die in battle like heroes? No. I want you to die in despair, scrabbling around like rats in the blighted ruins of your city, blind and broken, your flesh scabbed and seeping, and every moment knowing precisely what was done to you.
A demon with a mocking smile stands beside the ward stone.
Sounds terrifying. Except that's how we've been living for generations.
There isn't a soul that can resist the temptations of the abyss. Even a stone can be turned. I'm not joking. Your precious ward stone, weakened from the injury inflicted by Discari, has almost succumbed to my charms. Soon the whole barrier around the world wound, the gift of your useless goddess, will be a weapon of the abyss. Just a little more, and boom. Every city with one of these eyesores stuck in the middle of it, from Canabras to Nerosian, will turn into smoking craters, and all the mortals into red sludge beneath our hooves.
Minago's laugh rings through the chamber.
So you have a choice. Especially you, my pet. Kiss me on my dainty hoof. Pledge your loyalty to Baphomet. And when the world falls, its ruins shall be yours.
The demon blows Staunt in a kiss and then holds out her leg, which ends in a cloven hoof instead of a foot. Who are you?
You've already forgotten me. You mortals have awfully short memories. Even shorter than your little lives. Staunton, sweetums. Don't you want to introduce me to your friends properly? No? Well, I'd better do it myself. I am Minago, Lily 2 and faithful servant of Baphomet, and leader of his armies. The city is mine now. I'm just starting to settle in, get things just how I like them. But once I'm finished, I promise you, the results will be simply to die for.
And it was such a charming little place until you sullied it with your presence. It had such lovely boulevards, quiet and shaded. You took those away from me, and I shan't forgive you for that.
They've done much worse things than spoil the promenades. All the people they've killed.
Yes, of course, you're right. I grieve for the common folk as well.
Okay. Yes, I know this, thank you. So we do have some choices. But we're going to do the mythic angel path because we are the good guys. We're going to say your victory celebrations are a little premature, demon. Echoing the holy flame erupting from your hand, the light also gets brighter and brighter until it floods the chamber. You hear the voices again stronger now. They repeat your words like a choir of angels.
Hey, no eyes! Didn't you tell us that heaven had turned its back on us and no one would come to our aid?
The demon giggles, but you hear a note of astonishment in her laughter. A man standing among the cultists turns to her. Don't listen to her. If the fiend wants us to lose all hope, she won't succeed.
I'm done with this shit! I only followed this hoofed menace because I thought the Crusaders had it, and there was no other way to protect my family. But now I see that there is hope. I won't bow before these heinous idols ever again. If they kill me, at least I'll die a decent death.
The cultists glance at each other, hesitating. At last, a man who was first to speak up against Minago rips Baphomet's unholy symbol from his chest and casts it to the floor.
Yes! Return to our side, friends! Have courage! We will welcome you back. And heaven never abandoned you, no matter what this deceiver told you.
Turncoat, I'll cut out your heart.
The tattooed cover cultist reaches for his weapon.
We'll see how tough you really are. We let you frighten us once, but it won't happen again.
An elf with a face deformed by acid burns throws her unholy symbol at him.
Save the last one for me.
No glory without risk!
We were getting hammered, though. I think we just died.
I'm tired of playing around now. You want to know what will happen when I'm done with the Wardstone? Here's a little demonstration.
Irritation seeps into Minago's voice. The demoness whispers a spell and a wave of darkness sweeps through the chamber. Your companions wince in pain, but it's nothing compared to what you feel. Thousands of voices once again burst into your mind. drowning you in their moans, screams, and sobs. Pain rocks through your skull. Your evil spells won't stop a righteous army.
Iomedae is with us!
Yes. Keep telling yourself that.
The roar of voices blends into an unbearable wall of screaming. Your vision goes dark. And that's that little encounter.
Praise Iomedae, you woke up. Healing your wounds was easy, but you were unconscious for so long, I was starting to worry we'd lost you.
Did we win?
Sadly, no. We couldn't stand up to the demoness. Her spells were too strong. It's all right. We'll handle it somehow. You blacked out, but Staunton and I managed to get you here to the Defender's Heart. It used to be a tavern, but now it's our headquarters. We're gathering our forces here, and we're preparing to strike back.
I found a cultist dispatch in the dungeons. It seems they're holed up in the Tower of Estrad.
Demons have been filling Canabras with their spies and infiltrators for a long time. Unfortunately, I don't have enough people to attack the place right now. At least not blindly. I'd be grateful if you snuck in there and scouted out the situation. But just scouting. Don't be a hero.
What's the situation in the city?
Bad, but not hopeless. We're constantly getting news, and new sources of resistance keep springing up in the districts where everyone seemed to be dead. The survivors are gathering here. You should see them. Their faces, their eyes burning with determination. The city is destroyed, but our resistance is not broken. We will keep fighting.
What do you plan to do next?
You heard what the demon said. They're going to desecrate the Wardstone and blow up the whole barrier around the World Wound. That would be an even worse disaster than the World Wound's expansion before the Second Crusade. Not only Canabras, but every city with a Wardstone will be destroyed, including the capital. We can't allow that no matter what. We will retake it, even destroy it if we must. Iomedae's gift must not become a weapon of the Abyss.
Why is the Wardstone so important? Why is the Wardstone so important?
The Wardstones are a gift of Iomedae. Created personally by her herald, a mighty angel, and a general of the celestial armies. The Wardstones keep the World Wound from expanding. They stand along the border of the territory controlled by the demons, creating a barrier to keep them inside. The Canabras obelisk was the first to be placed. It is the key to the whole barrier. We cannot leave it in the hands of those monsters from the Abyss.
Can I help in any way?
First of all, we need to decide what to do with the stone once we get it. What I'm about to say is classified. A traveler came to the city recently. A blind elf calling himself the Storyteller. He insisted he be allowed to examine the Wardstone, and he raised the alarm when his study was finished. Even before the demon attack, he had found some damage or flaw in the stone. Prelate Hulrune dismissed his words as nonsense, borderline blasphemy. But between you and me, the prelate's opinion isn't worth much. I think the Storyteller knew what he was talking about. We could use his advice right now, if only we knew where he was. I remember the Storyteller spent a lot of time talking to Staunton, a dwarf from my unit. You saw him during the demon attack. The elf asked him about the history of the Crusades. Maybe the Storyteller told Staunton something about where we could find him if anything happened.
Earbeth lowered her voice almost to a whisper earlier.
There's another problem. After the attack, the demons began to gather their forces at the Grey Garrison. It'll be even harder to take them with a head-on assault. But I once heard soldiers talking about a secret entrance to the garrison. Trouble is, I have no idea where to look for it. While you explore the city, please keep your eyes open, in case you find something we can use.
The half-orc smiles at us encouragingly.
And one last thing. The Eagle Watch has lost a lot of soldiers recently. Some were killed, but others simply haven't been seen since the attack. In the chaos that is now Canabras, it's next to impossible to confirm anything for sure. One of the missing fighters is Janna Aldori, a new recruit in the Watch. She got along well with Sela, and she often went drinking with her. I honestly thought Sela and Janna had died together. But now Sela's returned with you, and there's no sign of Janna. If you learn anything of her whereabouts when you're out in the city, Please report back.
Here, Beth clears her throat. Everything's clear.
May the goddess help you. We're still fighting, which means that Kenabra still hasn't fallen. If you come across any groups in the city that can fight, send them here to the Defender's Heart. We'll need every fighter we can muster for the final assault. Yes, one more thing. If you're in the area, check out this address. It's our house. Mine and Anevia's. Well, it was our house. If the building is still standing, open the hidden compartment in the kitchen. It's filled with supplies for a rainy day. You can take whatever you find. You have more need of it.
Alrighty. We're gonna gain a level too, which is the last thing we're gonna do before we end the video. Alrighty, let's get Quarterstaff Monk level 2. We're gonna take Mobility and the 2 normal ones we take, Perception and Persuasion. Oh, we have 4 actually, so also Lore Religion. Right, we're down 1 skill because we dropped into Vivisectionist for one thing. We're gonna grab Accomplished Sneak Attacker, which gives us a little bit more sneak attack damage. And we're gonna take Dodge, which is for a straight up +1 armor class boost. Add to that is gonna be that. Our armor class is 31. We do have mage armor on, so technically it's lower than that. Yeah. But it's still pretty good in terms of armor class. We're at 20 dexterity. That's with our mutagen though, of course. So, anywho, I'm gonna leave you guys here. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. We'll level up. Actually, we should probably level up our other people really fast. Lan is gonna stay Zen archering for now. Actually, maybe we'll dip him into Vivisectionist at this level. Might as well. Get him that sneak attack bonus and the mutagen buff that is super useful. Also, we can get Cure Light Wounds. I don't know if we can actually use maybe True Strike. Sure, why not? We'll get 3 spells and Shield's always useful. Alright. So that's that. Mutagens are almost good with everyone. We're gonna go Spirit Hunter with her. Keep trying to upgrade her. Her trickery is so good. Weapon Focus Rapier. And then we have, of course, Seela. Seela's a paladin, but she's also going to dip into Vivisectionist just for 1 level. We'll do the same thing with Camellia, probably next level though. Wait, what did I give her trickery? Oh right, because I was giving her... I'm just going to give Lore Nature. Anywho, she doesn't need trickery. And she's also... yeah, she's pretty good. We're going to take Accomplished Sneak Attacker. It's just such a useful thing. And we also get... these little Cure Light Wounds are just super duper good for healing outside of combat mostly. So there we go. We've leveled up our group. We're good to go for the next one. Take care guys. See you next time.